And I can't stop thinking about you, but what you gonna do? And you know I'm feeling good like that, so what you gonna do? And I can't stop thinking about you, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
So where are we going?
Into darkness.
To this broadcast from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Tonight, we are going to be watching multiple, I'm just going to leave it at that, back-to-back matches of our Rocket League team. Both our A and club squads pop off. Hopefully you can see them up there on stage as Dirthrow makes a massive yawn just as soon as the camera goes to them. It is going to be ECAC first here for our Rocket League team, which means it is a best of 7. Please tell me I'm right on that one this time for once. And then when we play into CRL later, those will be best of 5s. With that being said, I'm your host, Artie Rain, and joining me on desk is Joe Chigbrow. We've been here since earlier this evening with Esports Tower, and now we get to close out the night with our own Broncos. All right, so I know that you are close to these guys up on stage, and you are a former player. And from what I've gathered, they're working on predominantly control of the pace of the game, so to speak. Can you elaborate a little bit more on how that works?
Yeah, so
even though the game of Rocket League is played pretty fast, there are situations where you have the option to take the aggressive or the passive play. And what it comes down to a lot of the time is making the aggressive play more often. That way they have to play around you and react to you. And it also comes down to making sure you're controlling the ball a lot more often. You're not just looking for big booming shots all the time, even if they're safe and they're with intent. When you're keeping the ball to yourself, you're forcing them to come to you a lot of the time and just making sure that whatever they do, they have to think about what you're doing as well. And that way you get to kind of just play around however you kind of feel.
Well, we'll have to see if that is how the Broncos are going to go into this first match. And you can see we're already in. It's Grace College against the Broncos. Right now, Broncos are down 1 in this series. Oh, never mind. That overlay is incorrect. We are tied 0-0 so far, and we are only in the first 20 seconds. No scores on the board just yet, but Baynock is going to make me shut the heck up and find the first goal of the game.
Right off the bat, we'll see a good pass from Hoosh off of 50-50 and a shot from Baynock. Oh, the dunk, actually, from the clear from, I think that would be Yao-Yo?
Yo, we'll go with that for now. Kickoff goes in favor of the Broncos. Baynock's going to push it in the corner, try to crawl it around Ultimate. We're going to have a 50-50 go in favor of Gil. Goes back towards the mid, towards Hoosh. Dunk down towards the net, but no one's there to pick it up for the Broncos.
We'll have Baynock elevate to get in the way. Hoosh with the block, maybe looking for a pass out mid to Gil. Gets the musty over to Gil, but there will be no shot made from it. Baynock with the high shot off the backboard. No connection from Gil. Yayo getting past Baynock and Hoosh. Baynock is in the way, does a little flip around, leaves it for Hoosh. And now we'll have the pressure convert in favor of Boise State. Gil leading the charge, finding a pass over to Baynock, who finds the upper 90, and a 2-0 lead for Boise State in game 1.
We are only just now crossing down into the 4-minute long territory, though, so definitely not the end-all be-all 2-goal lead that most teams want, especially this early on. But if the Broncos keep the speed up, it could be the end-all be-all right now.
Gil, pass towards the wall, up for Hoosh. Has to beat out Raindrop. Raindrop doesn't make contact. Hoosh accidentally pinching it into Gil, but they remain in contact of the play. Baynock taps past one. Gil looking for the shot, and the net looks open, but Raindrop is in the way. Gil now leaving it out for Hoosh. Hoosh over to Gil off the wall. Pass across. Ultimate will block. Baynock is in the way. Leaves it for Gil. No contact. Now Raindrop trying to get past one, is unable to. Yayo playing it slow in the midfield, is able to get past one defender, but Baynock will end up beating out and pushing the narrative for Boise State.
Ball is still in Broncos defensive third. Oh wait, sorry, Grace College offensive third. They push it over to the side. Gil looking to leave, allow Baynock to cut in, but Gil has to come back anyway. Baynock takes out Ultimate, goes for an opportunity off the wall here, looking to center things up, takes a touch, pops it up. Yayo goes for the challenge and does a back pass towards Ultimate. Raindrop finally gets the clear crossing midfield stripe, thwarted by Baynock ult immediately.
Baynock keeping pressure. Gil with the pass over to Hoosh. It is a little high and off, so Hoosh just has to play it slow off the wall. Baynock takes the shot towards the crossbar. It will not spill down. In fact, Ultimate will be able to get the clear out. Gil now trying to get the pass back. Raindrop setting it up for himself. Goes for the solo play. Maybe an air dribble, but nope, not quite able to keep in contact. Hoosh will get the clear out. Baynock with the follow-up will keep pressure out a little bit longer. Gil with the 50-50. Spills out to Baynock. Plays it off the wall. Solo play incoming or a pass. He does end up getting 50-50'd by Raindrop. It'll spill back over to Gil, and the pressure will convert.
Ball takes a ricochet off the ceiling. Baynock sets the ball up to the crossbar. Gil pinches it off one of the defenders from Grace College and ends up getting the Broncos goal number 3. You can see here, popped up from Baynock. Gil off the crossbar, pinches it down, and it actually did make contact with one of those defenders.
Not quite able to get the clear, however. Boise State with a 3-goal lead with 2 minutes, 8 seconds left on the clock. Gil retreating back, waiting for the play, gets past one. The pass over to Hoosh could be a shot, but no, he hit it towards the corner. Gil not able to get the read quite yet. Hoosh with the pass back to himself. Gil playing it in the corner. Baynock slowing down, forces Raindrop to throw it. Gil playing it off the wall, gets the double tap over. Not quite able to make contact. Hoosh going for the 50-50 in the corner. Maybe a pass over to Baynock. It will spill down to Baynock, who takes the shot towards the front corner, blocked by Ultimate. Gil with another pass off the backboard, back to Baynock, who takes another shot, but this time it'll hit the other post. Gil with the 50-50 will keep pressure a little bit longer, but not quite able to convert yet.
Ball's going to go to midfield. Baynock goes for the challenge. Ultimate pops it to the backboard. Gil snags it, plays it over Ultimate, drops it down. Raindrops there to receive. Boosh plays it into the wall. It's going to be Yayo who pushes it across to the other corner, still in Bronco territory. Gil gets a demo on an Ultimate. Ball's going across midfield stripe with Hoosh now trying to center it up as Gil goes for the challenge. It gets pinched up towards the ceiling.
Baynock not quite able to make contact on the wall. Gil retreating to play it himself. Yayo's in the way. The 50-50 will spill out towards Ultimate, who's been waiting patiently in the corner for the ball. Hoosh with the 50-50 will go in favor of Ultimate, however. Hoosh, 50-50 in the mid. Baynock looking for the play. Plays it around one, gets the 50-50, is able to play it off the wall now, or maybe leave it to Gil. Maybe that pass over to Hoosh, but no one's quite ready for it. Raindrop with the clear out. Gets to play it slow off the corner.
30 seconds left on the clock. Gil with possession, looking to do a give and go to Hoosh, who dunks it down to Baynock. Ball ricochets towards the ceiling. Ultimate tries to get across midfield stripe and whiffs on it. Raindrops there for the follow-up. Hoosh and Baynock collide. It's going to go high in the air. Yayo is going to pop it up at mid. Looks like Hoosh has an easy opportunity to gain possession. Now 10 seconds left. Broncos leading by 3. Ball hits the ground. Ball goes in the net here, actually, for Grace College as the Broncos overcommit. But 3 seconds on the clock. I don't think it's that big of a deal if they let one through.
No, they're probably feeling fine going into these last 3 seconds or even the last few before this goal was scored. Probably not too much to worry about. Boise State leading. We'll have to see what adjustments Grace College can make to stay on top of this Boise State offense. Right off the bat, Raindrop winning 50-50. Baynock kicking it all the way over to the other end, hitting the ground, getting Boise State the Game 1 victory in this best of 7.
Nicely done, Broncos. Done in easy fashion, nonetheless. But it's a best of 7. So, we did get some whoops from stage. Just you can't really hear them over here, but they were happening. It's still a best of 7, though, so it can go any way. But if it goes the way I want it to, it's going to be a 4-0, and the next game's going to be a 4-0. I'm not biased by any means because this is totally not the school I attend.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they have in store. I mean, if I had any kind of faith at all in this team, and I do, I have a lot of faith, I would have to say it's probably looking like a 4-0 right now. But Grace College, they have a lot of room and a lot of time left in this series to make the adaptations that they need to. But at the end of the day, they need to remain in the pressuring end. They can't let Boise State spend so much time on their offensive end.
Most definitely. The Broncos, I think, based off of what you said earlier, and my question, about like working on speed and taking the opportunities, feels like that is heavily favoring the Broncos right now. And it's Grace College is struggling to shut it down. I don't want to give the same advice I gave earlier in our prior broadcast because I don't want anyone to get tilted. With that being said, Grace College, you still have plenty of time to bring this one back. A best of 7 series means that a reverse sweep can start in game number 4 if you just want to ride the tide until then and wait for the Broncos to get tired, because a best of 7 is a very long series nonetheless.
Yeah, I have to agree there. We'll see what Boise State and Grace College have in store for us going into game 2. At the end of the day, it's really hard to even make the same calls that we made earlier. We can't just say demo the Boise State players. It's really not that easy. When Grace College has to spend at least 1 minute and 30 seconds of their time every time just trying to remain on the same pace as Boise State and making sure that they're trying to stay in control of the play as much as they can, because Boise State has control of the pace of the game, it's really hard for them to find that time and find those holes to make demos happen.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what Grace College's response to game number 1 is. I mean, losing by 2 is not that dramatic of a skill difference. It's not that dramatic of a score difference either, but we can see we come in right after kickoff. It looks like Yayo is actually going to find the first goal, which is different than what we had earlier. So Grace College is going to put themselves in the lead by 1 in 30 seconds in.
So far, Boise State kind of bumping into each other on the right end of the field. Gil able to get it clear out with the help of Grace College. However, it remains on Boise State's side a little bit longer. Baynock hits the pass off of Hoosh. Gil hits it towards the top of the net from the ceiling, but does not quite find the back of the net yet. Yayo, tasked with getting past one, does get past one, but Gil is in the way, playing it towards the other end of the field. Plays it towards Hoosh, who gets the pass out mid. Raindrop with the tap towards the backboard, blocked by Gil, however, playing it towards the back wall. Over one, Hoosh is there to take the shot. No contact, so Gil will do it and take it all away. Boise State now tied at less than 4 minutes on the clock.
Gil from the Broncos defensive third. Has Hoosh come in. Hoosh doesn't make contact. Defender can't get in either. Easy goal for Gil.
That is all the way open there. Back to a 0-0 scoreline. Playing a 4-minute game of Rocket League this time. Hoosh racing out on the wall. Pass out mid. Gil gets the dunk, but will not end up getting the shot. Yao will have to play it against the wall again. Bannock with the 50-50. Pass out mid. Over to Gil off the shot. A good clear, but needs to follow it up. He's there. He's got the 50-50 into ultimate. Beats Yayo. Shot on the net. Bannock will get the clear, but he's probably going to get bumped. He does get bumped by ultimate. Gil playing it slow on the wall. Bannock looking for the solo play. Gets past one. Gil gets the tap out. Hoosh will remain in control of the play a little bit longer. A lot of aggressive play on both ends of the field right now. Raindrop is up. Not able to make contact. And Hoosh will convert pressure in favor with the help of Bannock.
Okay, so I did mention possibly some changes being made, but I didn't want anyone to tilt. And it looks like Grace College might have watched our broadcast a little earlier because they did exactly what I said to do. And that was get a little demo heavy, and with that, Grace College is actually going to put themselves in the lead by 1. But you can see here that there was some awkward just contact between both players there from the offensive side. But still, they got a goal.
Yeah, definitely a tight game. It's interesting that it feels like Grace College has been more on the aggressive end with those bumps and demos, whereas Boise State actually has more demos on the clock right now. They find a second goal here to take us back to that 0-0 scoreline. A little bit less than 3 minutes left on the clock. Quite the battle we have in game 2 to get control of the game.
I mean, it's fine to go either way here, but something to keep in mind if you're watching and you're a Bronco fan is that the Broncos do have a lot of games after this one. So they have to go full force, but there has to be metered full force here so they don't burn themselves out before they go into CRL later tonight. So they got to win this in a best-of-4 fashion to get it as quickly done as possible, but they don't want to completely exhaust themselves. They take a great shot on goal, but Gil, trying to even open things up, takes the demo. But Yayo turns it around and turns it into a goal for Grace College.
Yayo just finding the overextension from Boise State and pouncing on it immediately, putting Grace College ahead. 2 minutes and 24 left on the clock, just a little bit less than halfway through the game. And now Boise State has to dig themselves back out of the hole. Hoosh starting that initiative with a long clear. Yayo pushing it towards the corner. Gil is in the way, does get past 1, gets past 2 on a double commit, takes the shot from the corner, and it's good. Gil will keep us in the game a little bit longer.
It seems like the Broncos changed up who was supposed to be the playmaker in this game, because last game we had Bannock with the accolades going across that screen, and it was Gil who only had 1 or 2 on gifted to themselves for game number 1. Game number 2, it's all Gil, and then Bannock is there to assist where needed. So they're rotating the love and making sure that no one is the solo playmaker here to keep Grace College on their toes as we're taking down the last 2 minutes here.
Yayo pushing it towards the wall, looking to play past 1. Gil is coming off the ceiling. Bannock is able to find the block, however. Ultimate pushes it downfield. Yayo with the pass over to Ultimate with a shot. Ooh. Blocked by Hoosh, a demo onto Gil. Probably an accident, all things considered.
Gil is going to get the ball off the backboard, set it to Bannock at the mid, who tries to go for a centering opportunity, but Yayo's instead going to push it across to Raindrop. Hoosh tries to take it away. Raindrop just skirts around Hoosh, now bringing it to the ceiling, takes an awkward ricochet, meaning they lose possession. Ultimate comes in to help out. Bannock now pushing forward. Yayo pops the ball up with a great bicycle as Gil comes in with the elevation, tries to maintain control, but cannot.
Ultimate playing it slow, tries to get past Hoosh, is unable to. Gil coming back around, gets the 50-50 with Ultimate. It'll spill out to Bannock, who's going to take the shot. No, it's a little wide. Raindrop now slow playing at the corner. Hoosh takes the shot, and it bounces off the 4 wall, but Bannock is there to clean it up, putting Boise State into a lead with 1 minute and 2 seconds left on the clock.
Grace College has definitely shown us they can score quite a few goals in a short amount of time, though, so Broncos need to maintain control of this game for the next 1 minute and possibly get another goal for themselves to ensure that there is no buzzer beater overtime. Kickoff goes heavily in favor of Whoosh as that 1 minute warning pops up on screen.
Yayo playing it slow, putting it down, trying to get past Hoosh. Does get the 50-50, but it's not past Hoosh quite yet. A bump on to Hoosh instead of opting to get the clear on the ball from Grace College, but it'll spill out to Gil, who will take the 50-50 at the midfield line. Yayo will end up winning out in the exchange. Hoosh pushing it fast. Not able to get past one. Bannock has a little bit of space here. Yayo hits it off the wall. No response from Boise State yet. Gill takes a banging clear. Probably a pass to Bannock, but Bannock was getting bumped. Ooh. And then the shot from Bannock. Bannock will say, well, guess what, man? Your bumps don't mean anything, and takes the rebound shot into the back of the net.
That does put the Broncos in the lead by 2 yet again with 27 seconds left on the clock. That's quite the task to ask of any team. Scored 2 goals in less than 30 seconds on the clock. This could be a GG Go Next situation for Grace College as we go into this kickoff.
Playing towards the ball. Raindrop at the 50-50. Cleared out by Gill. Waiting a little bit longer. Ultimate playing on the wall. Bannock with a demo. Ultimate has to pass over, but Gill is the one in the way. Yayo not able to make the clear happen, and a shot from Boise State from Hoosh will go all the way from the left end of the net to the right end, finding them a 3-goal lead.
6 seconds on the clock. It's basically kickoff. Got to keep it in the air. If either team is looking to get a goal before the end of game 2 here. It's going to go in favor of Ultimate. Gill's going to force the ball to be pinched to the ceiling. Now all that's left is to ground it, and the round is over. Even if there is a goal scored here for Grace College, it is GG Go Next. Broncos walk away with game 2 victory. Gill looks like they're going to try to go for the ego play, but it is going to be grounded.
Boise State finding their second win in game 2. Not quite able to remain fully in control of that game, but they did turn it around right at the end.
I'm going to say that that was in their control.
The last half definitely was. The first half, it felt a little bit more like a battle, like there was a little bit of some mistakes being punished here and there, but the last half for sure felt a lot like the first game.
With that being said, Broncos are very, very close to putting themselves on match point here for the CCAC game. It is best of 7, so that means they have to win 4 games back-to-back if they're wanting to close it out quickly. Let's see if they're going to be able to do that as we jump into game number 3. My brain is slowly melting here. If you were still, up there and able to give your teammates any advice, what would you say to them? Hey, Gil, look at all chill.
Yeah, we can see Gil and then Durtho, and then in the back, you can also see Bannock.
And Whoosh is right there past Bannock.
Oh, yeah, you can see Whoosh too.
Hi, Bannock. Oh, Durtho's just ignoring us. That's fine.
Durtho's locked in.
Yeah, we love you too, dude.
But if I had to give any advice to the boys up there right now, I mean, honestly, I don't know that they need my advice necessarily.
That's what you just say. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing.
Unless you want to go the Durthrow route and be like, did you see that goal you whiffed? That sucked. You could do better. That's how Durthrow does it. He doesn't give any sort of positive reinforcement. It is all the just, you did horrible, you need to do better, even if you did exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at this point, the best advice I can give is make the ball go into the net, and that'll win the game. Goals win games. Goals are the best win condition.
That is such a rudimentary explanation of what needs to be done here that I've ever heard come from you.
That's all I got to say. The last half of that game looked good. We'll have to see if that is the kind of result they can get out of this next game as well, as they're looking for the sweep. Raindrop is determined to not let that happen. He's not done yet, but Gil finds the way past one. Ooh. A 50-50 on the top of Bannock goes in the favor of Grace College, but they do find a way out. Bannock cutting down the play for Raindrop, not able to stop him completely, however. Yayo takes the play, looks for the shot. Hoosh gets the clear out over to Raindrop, hits it down mid. Yayo gets the clear out instead. He's just barely in the way. Gil hits it over past one. Ultimate taps it towards the ceiling. Not quite able to make a play out of that yet as Gil hits it towards the backboard, and Bannock is forced to respond.
Ultimate elevates in front of the net, pushes it to the ceiling. Hoosh comes in, gets it to the back of the net in due fashion with the assist from Gil being accredited. You can see here Ultimate pops it up. And then there's Yayo can't get in back in time as Ultimate's already forced out of position for the first save.
You can see Hoosh jumping on Tacky's key to the game for this time, which is find the back of the net because that'll win the game. A great play all around for Boise State with the pass from the ceiling. Hoosh now trying to find his second. Gets the original pass from 1 past 2. Hoosh will find his second goal going into the last 4 minutes of this game.
The last 4 minutes?
It is technically the last 4 minutes.
I mean,
my brain is fried too, to be fair.
But oh my gosh, that was such a flashy play. I doubt Hoosh will be able to do that twice in a row. I'm not saying Hoosh is incapable, but Grace College will not let them get away with that twice. And we have Yayo now going forward after winning kickoff. Gil in the corner tries to clear it, and instead it's going to be Grace College players that end up sending it to the side, which is what the Broncos were looking for. Off the backboard, Hoosh goes for the second touch, and that is a hat trick in a minute and 30 seconds? Or is my math wrong here? That's a minute and 30 seconds, and we have a hat trick already for Hoosh.
I honestly don't remember what the first goal of 3 was.
It was Hoosh. Hoosh just got a hat trick.
I'd like to point out, you just said he's not going to do something flashy like that again, and he does it.
I'm caster cursing left and right. It's fine. I'll accept it. It's not a negative curse. I'm casting my own Bronco teammates here, in essence, you know?
Oh, a scary situation. Barely blocked out by Bannock there, right in front of the Boise State net. They're still feeling a little comfortable. If they let something like that through, they got lots of chances with that 3-goal lead. Quite the security built up, but not quite able to make anything of it yet. A 50-50 from Bannock will spill out from the midfield. They'll actually pinch it back towards his teammates. Hoosh actually came off the ceiling there. Might have been some 5D chess play kind of being created there for a minute. And a pass from Gil to Hoosh will not connect with the back of the net yet, but they still have time to make the play work.
We're almost into the halfway point here of game number 3. Broncos leading by 3 as Grace College has yet to put a single goal to their name here. Ball is in the back third. Defensive territory for Grace College. Ultimate bringing it up midfield stripe. Dunks it down to Raindrop, but it's read perfectly by Hoosh.
Clear over to Gil. Looks to the play back to himself. Bannock is also up for that. They're working together on this. I feel like I have the It Takes Two ringing in my head song right now, you know?
Yeah. Really, guys? Is that necessary?
I mean, it's the win condition, you know?
Oh my gosh.
You got to score.
Sometimes I cannot believe you. And we have Ultimate off kickoff winning it, but Hoosh read it right away. Able to give it to Gil. Trying to corral it around Ultimate. They're going to do a pass back towards Bannock. Yes, so Bannock's now going to try and center this up. Gets it past 1. Can't get it past Yayo, though, so Hoosh has to come in. It's going to be pinched off towards the ceiling. Gil's going to be there. Take a couple touches. Raindrop trying to corral it and find a clear. Instead, it's going to be Ultimate with possession.
Ultimate taking it on the wall. Blocked by Hoosh. Making a play out mid. Bannock takes the shot. A little low. Raindrop will end up with the clear, looking for a solo play. Bannock trying to get in the way, is not able to. The pass off the backboard, no response from Boise State, and Grace College will find their first goal in game 3.
Minute 41 seconds. If Grace College is looking to equalize this out, they got a hard task in front of them.
They have quite the road ahead of them and not a whole lot of time to make it happen, but it's not doomed quite yet. Hoosh starting to kick off strong, leaving over to Bannock, who takes the play. Gil has an opportunity to shoot here, but it will be blocked by Grace College defense. Hoosh takes the drop-down shot and finds the back of the net. We will have a 5-1 lead in favor of Boise State. Just not quite a good enough clear, and Hoosh takes almost the negative angle and drops it all the way down to the center of the net. Boise State leading in game 3.
Once again, right back to the 4-goal lead. 90 seconds left on the clock. This will put the Broncos at series point in a best of 7. See if they're going to maintain this one. Grace College needs to find a response quickly now towards the Broncos offense and tempo control. Hoosh just barely taps it, almost goes in, but it is going to be pushed away by Yayo.
Hoosh looking for the shot, gets the pass back to himself, hits it off the corner and passes it back to a teammate. Gil also helps it along to Bannock. He's now going to go for the solo play off the back wall. Gets the flick past 1, gets the dunk past the 2nd. Raindrop has to respond now. Hoosh is up for the shot. Is going to take the 50-50 and then shoot it off the backboard, but no connection on the clear.
45 seconds left on the clock. Gil at midfield stripe. It's going to be stopped by Ultimate, so Bannock comes in. Off the ceiling, Bannock gets an awkward touch, going to center it on the midfield stripe. Yayo comes in, Gil goes for the challenge, can't get a touch on it. Looks like Yayo might lose possession though, taking too many touches. They will. 30 seconds left on the clock. Ball in Bronco territory. Gil gets the ball from Bannock. Never mind, it's Yayo dunking it down the corner. Hoosh comes in, pops it up, has the opportunity to center it to Bannock. Bannock goes in. 50-50 is going to be saved by Yayo and Ultimate.
Gil is up, beaten by Yayo. Off the wall, Hoosh is playing it slow in the corner. Yayo looking to get it in the mid, but it's ending up blocked by Hoosh. Bannock and Hoosh figuring out who's going. The flick past 1, Gil to the corner. And now Hoosh will take it off the wall. And as the clock winds down to 0 seconds.
Come on, just ground. Baynock, just ground it. Guys, I know you can hear me. Guys!
They refuse to give in to Hardy's demands.
Please! I think that's 7 touches. And now he got Yayo in on it.
It's too many to count. Ultimate is just going to sit there and the ball will drop. A little bit of a misplay from Ultimate there to not keep the ball up a little longer.
Oh yeah, that was totally a misplay on Ultimate's part. No, it wasn't.
Oh, man. Yeah, so Game 3 goes in favor of Boise State University. They only have one more to go to complete the sweep, but, I mean, at this point,
I legitimately think that the Broncos on stage are counting how many touches they can get before the ball touches the ground when there's no time left on the clock.
Honestly, having done stuff like that before, it's so stressful that you don't really keep count. I mean, they could be. I mean, they were better than me, so you never know.
I wouldn't put it past them. With that being said, Broncos are at match point right now.
Yeah. They're well in control of this game at this point, or this series. Grace College really has to make some key changes really fast because at this point they're on their last live. They're on their last 5 minutes of Rocket League.
I really don't know what advice anyone could be giving Grace College right now, other than ball, net, win game.
Yeah, ball, net, win game.
But when you have it at such a rudimentary level, there is a question of, well, then how do you do that? And that's where the more intricate parts of Rocket League come into play, and that's where you got to just take advice from these guys. But, I mean, you're playing against them, so you can't really ask them, what do we do?
And you could type it out, you know, how do we beat you
What
guys?
do I do?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the key thing to remember is the ball going net, your funny invisible number goes up, and then you win.
All right, well, Broncos looking to close this game out quickly in a 4-0 sweep for our first ECAC game of the night. Still plenty more to Rocket League to come after the next 5 minutes, but let's see if they can end this one in 5 minutes flat, no overtime. Well, I say that even though the timer's going to hit 0, the ball's going to stay in the air anyway. And you can see Gil on the far left side of the stage with this huge grin on his face, just telling me that, yeah, that's what they're planning on doing. So with that being said, we're going to jump into our last match here and see if the Broncos can close it out in a 4-0 sweep.
Yeah, Gil does have a little bit of a smirk to him, you know.
Right, and then Baynock, of course, always has a grin on his face, so I can never really read what's going through. That Dirthrow just smiled too, so I do think that is the plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I can't confirm. Even look at his picture. I can't confirm that Baynock has ever frowned.
That is valid. And Hoosh, 10 seconds in this time. 20. You shaved 20 seconds off the PR of last game. Nicely done.
Hoosh definitely showing up tonight against Grace College. I think he's got close to 8 goals to his name now.
I want a hat trick for every single Bronco. That's my request.
Who are we missing right now? Or is it just
I think
Hoosh that's got it?
Hoosh has one. I think Baynock got one in the first game. I think
right.
Gil still needs a hat trick.
Yeah. So Broncos, if you're listening to us, if you are going to win this game, let's try to get Gil involved. Do you have enough to share with the class? A pass over with Hoosh from Gil.
I mean, Hoosh just needs one more, and they have another hat trick. But like I said, I want to see Gil get a hat trick this game.
The selfless pass from Gil will get Hoosh one step closer to a second hat trick. Good passing play all around. Hoosh hitting it towards the back wall. Raindrops in the way. The bang long over Baynock. Yayo with a follow, but really can't do anything from that situation. Gil playing it back to himself. Clears it past one. It almost goes the full length of the field, but Ultimate will take it away. Hoosh taking another shot, and there's his second hat trick. Gil with the demo. Gil just kind of doing everything he needs to create the path for his teammates while his teammates take all the shots. You can see the shot was taken almost from the ceiling by Hoosh, and he finds the back of the net.
That's incredible.
3 goals to Boise State with less than 1 minute complete in this game.
That's ridiculous also. Now we have Ultimate with possession, flicks it awkwardly off the wall, so Gills manages to dunk it down towards the midfield stripe. Baynock flicking it forward. Gonna have to try and battle it out from away from Raindrop, manages to do just that. Ultimate, though, cuts in, takes a ricochet off the ceiling, allowing Hoosh to get possession once again. Yayo elevates, gets pushed out of the play. Ultimate tries to get a touch. It's going to be Gil. Slows that ball down. Raindrop takes the shot. It's going to be turned away by all 3 Broncos, almost, is what I'm going to say there. Is Hoosh now with possession in the corner.
Hoosh trying to find a pass out mid, not able to make anything of it yet. Ultimate, the pass over to Baynock, blocked. Hoosh playing it towards the wall. Gil playing it slow against the wall, trying to find a teammate, but is unable to do so. Ultimate 12, pushing it out a little further. Baynock taking another shot. Yayo with the clear out to the midfield. Hoosh looking for the rebound. Beat by Ultimate. Baynock is there. Passes over to where Hoosh generally is, but a little bit of help from Ultimate will get it there faster. It's no one there yet, but Ultimate will get the clear across. Baynock playing as last man here is up for the ball. Maybe looks for a pass to Gil. He does get it over to Gil, who gets the redirect, but it's slow and rolling enough that it will be blocked by Grace College defense. Not quite able to get past the barrier yet.
3 minutes now left on that clock. Boise State still leading by 3. Grace College looking for their first goal. Already still requesting that Gil get a hat trick in this game, and Gil has yet to score a goal. Said it's going to be Baynock scoring a goal with the assist from Gil again. This is fine.
Gil, I've mentioned this before, even in a lot tighter games, Gil often will fill that role of a scrappy support player looking for demos and passes. He's more often than not the man behind the curtain making it all work.
And I understand that, and that's why I want to be like Stock being the Wizard of Oz right now and actually get a hat trick, please. I just want to see everyone pop off once. Though Gil looks like that he might be a little bit hungry to just take out some defensive players and allow Hoosh or Baynock to get a goal.
I mean, in my book, all this crazy good support play from Gil is a little bit of a pop-off.
It is, but I want the hat trick. I will sit here and be grumpy about it until I see Gil get a hat trick tonight.
Well, you've heard the order from the desk. Boise State will have to get Gil involved a little bit more. He keeps taking these shots, but he's just not quite able to find the back of the net yet. Yayo keeping it out a little longer. Hoosh looking for the play against the wall. Actually gives it over to Baynock. Both players up. They get it past. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine if the Grace College defense had actually cleared it into Hoosh here, how crazy that play would have been? Look at how much faith he had in Baynock on this play.
Dang, that was beautiful. Raindrop did get a touch on it. We're not going to dwell on it too much, but that was gorgeous. Now Broncos in the lead by 5. Baynock 1 goal away from getting a hat trick. Gil still dwindling at no goals for this game.
Raindrop going for the solo play, and the flip reset doesn't make quality contact, but he does end up baiting out Boise State defenders and finding the back of the net for his effort.
This is nicely done. Dunks it down past Gil. Hoosh can't cut in fast enough. It actually goes just under Hoosh's tires. Hoosh might have made slight contact, but I don't think so. 2 minutes on the clock. Grace College lagging behind by 4. That's a goal every 30 seconds. Let's see if Grace College can match the goal scores so far by the Broncos.
Off the wall, Raindrop with the pass to Ultimate. Hoosh looking for a play, knocks it all the way down the field to Yayo. He gets bumped mid-air. Baynock playing it past 1. Raindrop is in the way, hits it off the wall. Hoosh is in the way, gets it past Raindrop. Can get past 1, can get past 2. Gil is up. Not quite able to get the shot. It will get cleared out at the last moment by Grace College defense. Pass off the wall from Hoosh. Baynock is there. He gets the 50-50. It might roll in front of the net. Gil's waiting patiently, but is not quite able to get the angle. He has to play the wall slow. Hoosh has to rotate back fast. Goes for the aerial clear, pinch into the corner. Baynock had the same idea, but neither of them were able to make it work. Ultimate with the pass out mid. There's no defender there. Gil comes off the wall to get it out. Baynock is able to take it all the way to the other corner, and they're able to get past 1. Yayo ends up winning the 50-50 with Baynock, but he remains in control. Ultimate with the 50-50 will spill it all the way back. And then we'll go the full length bounce all the way into the back of the net. Boise State giving up a second goal here. 1 minute left on the clock. They only need 3.
Wow. That was one heck of a pinch and an angle.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of happens sometimes. It's hard to say without watching the replay. Oh, a bump from Gil onto a Grace College defender. We'll give an opportunity for Hoosh now. Baynock not able to follow up on the play yet. Gil barely beat by Yayo. Hoosh has to rotate back, pushed into the corner. Baynock demoed by Raindrop. Could be an opportunity here, but Gil is able to get out ahead of the play. Pass over to Hoosh, who takes the shot and it's in, and Gil filling that assist role. You can actually see he got the playmaker award.
Yep. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it, Gil.
He's all over the place right now. Hoosh finding another goal to his name. He's at 4 goals in just this game.
Let's see if we can get Hoosh's accolades off the board this time. Got 41 seconds to do so. It's Hoosh's turn.
Raindrop taking towards the wall. Ultimate will take the clear out instead. Gil pushing it up and into the air. Past 1. It could be an open net opportunity, but Yayo is there to be in the way. Baynock passing it off the wall. Yayo is in the way again. Hoosh playing it slow, trying to get past Gil. Ultimate is able to with a little bit of fancy footwork. Hoosh pushing it past into the corner where Baynock lays in wait. Pushing it past the midfield line. Hoosh back into the air to himself, but is not able to make anything of the play yet. A pass off the wall will diffuse the situation for Grace College defense.
Ultimate tries to bring it into the air. Takes an awkward ricochet off of Baynock. 3 seconds left. This ball hits the ground now at this point, and it is over. Broncos, I think, are going to let it just get grounded. I'm going to say they let it get grounded, and the Broncos will walk away with a Game 4 victory in a 4-0 sweep.
So, Boise State University coming out pretty handily on top in that series. Grace College did battle it out in the first 2 games for sure. We had an opportunity in Game 2 where it might have looked like they had a chance of winning that game, but at the end it just crumbled. But overall, I mean, that was quite the fireworks of a series. There's a lot of goals scored.
Yeah, both teams popped off. I'm still going to be grumpy because Baynock and Whoosh got hat tricks, but Gil did not. But there's 3 more Rocket League matches tonight from what I have heard. We have another ECAT game coming up, but before we jump into that game, we are going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere. Oh, we're actually going to do a player of the match for this one. I'm going to go with Whoosh.
Yeah, I mean, I have to give it to Hoosh. If not Hoosh, then Gil is probably my second one. Hoosh scored so many goals, you know.
I think we're right. Yep, we're right. No second guesses here. I mean, if both of us agree and then production says no, you're both idiots. I'd really be concerned about our analytical skills here.
I'm honestly kind of surprised with how good Doc's keys the games have been, especially with all those demo advice he's given the players, that he didn't end up getting player of the game for this series.
I mean, man got, I think, Collegiate Director of the Year today or yesterday. I can't remember the exact title, but he got another accolade for himself, so we don't need to give him player of the game today.
Well, it's like Pokemon. You got to catch them all, right?
Oh,
Have we ever given Doc a player of the game? But Hoosh will be the player of the game for this series. Honestly, could have been all 3 players. Baynock popped off with the goals as well. And honestly, Gil was all over the playmaking scene for both of his teammates, making sure to support the assist the entire time. A very stylish victory for Boise State University. Grace College came to play as well, though.
Yes, congratulations to Oosh. You are the Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Game. And the Player of the Game is brought to you by the Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central Credit Unions, helping members achieve financial success. Congratulations, Oosh. You are our ICCU Player of the Game. And with that being said, we are going to jump into our top 5 plays of the game, brought to you today by the Idaho Army National Guard, who believes you're... who invites you to take your critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs, offering $20,000 in bonuses and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with some more esports action. Don't go anywhere.
However, playing it towards the back wall. Over 1. Hoosh is there to take the shot. No contact. So Gil will do it and take it all away. Boise State now tied at less than 4 minutes on the clock.
Gil from the Broncos defensive third has Hoosh come in. Hoosh doesn't make contact. Defender can't get in either. Easy goal for Gil.
Boise State yet. Gil takes a banging clear, probably a pass to Baynock, but Baynock was getting bumped. Ooh. And then a shot from Baynock. Baynock will say, well, guess what, man? Your bumps don't mean anything, and takes the rebound shot into the back of the net.
That does put the Broncos in the lead by 2 yet again with 27 seconds left on the clock. That's quite the task to ask of any team.
Drop will end up with the clear, looking for a solo play. Baynock trying to get in the way, he's not able to. The pass off the backboard, no response from Boise State. And Grace College will find their first goal in Game 3.
Minute 41 seconds. If Grace College is looking to equalize this out, they got a hard task in front of them.
They have quite the road ahead of one. Yayo ends up winning the 50-50 with Baynock, but he remains in control. Ultimate with the 50-50, he'll spill it all the way back.
What?
And then we'll go the full length bounce all the way into the back of the net. Boise State giving up a second goal here. 1 minute left on the clock. They only need 3.
That, oh, wow. Baynock just ground it. Guys, I know you can hear me. Guys!
They refuse to give in to Hardy's demands.
Please! I think that's 7 touches. And now he got Yayo in on it.
It's too many to count. Ultimate is just going to sit there and the ball will drop.
And in this place, I'm gonna spend my time searching open space. So we still come back for more, leaving it behind. Isn't always easy, but how we tried. No I'm walking on a tightrope, and I wish I could touch the ground. My future's covered in smoke, but my head is up in the ground. And maybe this will all fade after one bad day, and I'll be okay. But my life is in the worst place, and I can't wait for heartbreak from my mistakes. I don't wanna burn these bridges anymore. It's easy to say things you don't mean when you're at war. I'm just too tired to fight, but there's an end in sight. Wave the white flag, I'm yours tonight. 'Cause my heart can't take these heights. I need your love with me for life. I need your love, I need your love with me for life. Sorry it ended this way. I need your love with me for life. Sorry it ended this way. I know I made all mistakes. I need your love with me for life. Brand new state, change your name. Covered up scars from your parents' place. It's everything you need to move.
Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, and you are about to watch our coverage here of the ECAC game for Collegiate Overwatch with the Boise State Broncos taking on Fisher College. Within the Swiss bracket of ECAC, Boise State, Fisher College, SCAD, and Minnesota are the big four names that we have to look out for going up against one another, and one of those matches in particular is happening today. And on desk with me is Brenner Ladd. It's been a hot minute since we've been up here together.
Especially with Overwatch.
Yeah.
Second time. Checking it off the box.
We, for the record, we played for the school, never casted together in all the time since we've retired. And then now, like, 3 games we finally have had together in the 4 years we've been
And it's
here.
all Overwatch 2. Not
Yeah.
Overwatch 1 in
No.
our glory days.
No.
We missed out, but we're here now. And Boise State's taking on Fisher. A complicated history is what I will title the, I don't even want to say rivalry, just us fighting each other in Overwatch has been a, it reminds me of playing Siege is what I will say.
There's so much salt coming from this human being. But we can take a quick look at ECAC and how we have things set up. It's Overwatch 2, best of 5, all active maps, which does mean we don't get any Rialto and we don't get any Nimbani. There's a few maps that are just currently out of rotation. And it's going to go Control, Escort, Push, Hybrid, and then Control Not Played. And to elaborate on the interesting history there, Fisher College is made up of quite a few of the Bay State players. And as you know, Broncos have taken on Bay State quite a few times, and it's not gone in our favor every time. But let's see if this time, since they're going up against the Academy squad from Fisher College, if things will go more in their favor. And of course, they have some important keys of advice coming from the one and only Doc Haskell in the form of Doc's keys to the game. And those for Overwatch 2 are going to be take fights in unexpected places. Don't make positioning mistakes. Win the 1v1s. Win fights before objectives. Doc's keys to the game are brought to us today by Drop In Gaming. Drop In Gaming is a premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. And we actually will be able to take a quick look at the maps that are currently in rotation because we brought those back for Overwatch 2. I don't like not having Rialto always as an availability option as someone who just enjoys environmental kills. But we can take a quick look at the maps that are going to be available for our first map here, which is going to be Control, also known as King of the Hill mode. I do believe it's Ilios is one of the options, Lijiang Tower, and the Nepal. With the Broncos, it's probably going to be Lijiang Tower. I feel like every tournament
I believe that's what it is confirmed as because I think the maps were preset by Fisher College beforehand.
And then third is Circuit Royale. One of the newer maps, pretty straightforward. It's Escort. I do believe the end of the map, just like all of the new Escort maps, is just a little bit confusing. But with that being said,
Still learning them.
Yeah, we'll see how this shakes out for the Broncos. I have no doubt that they're going to do great, but at the end of the day, it's up to them.
Hope for the best.
Yes.
Always.
And we'll get to take a quick look at the lineup we have for the Broncos today. We're going to have Matt Merck coming in on that main tank role with Kel, Frost, Bagel, and Plato. So I think that does mean that we have... this is an interesting lineup. I'm trying to determine who I think is going to be playing DPS today.
I believe it's Kel on DPS with Plato, because obviously Bagel's going to be on support.
Well, yeah, and then Frost is a DPS and also support player.
I think they would put him on support rather than Plato or Kel.
Okay, I'll go with that. So we're going to have Frost and Bagel on support, maybe. But if we're going by lineup order, it's actually going to be Bagel and Plato. So we'll have to wait and see. They threw a wrench at us, and I wasn't prepared to catch it.
If Plato's playing support, you know the one and only thing I will ever ask for, he's a DPS player. If he's going to be my Battle Mercy, that's all that I need, baby. Because I know he will get top deeps and show Moira how it's done.
All right. It would make me very happy to see a Battle Mercy play the game. It's been ages since I've seen one. If Plato is playing support, though, we might just hear our teammates screaming and crying for healing as we see nothing but purple orbs and a purple right hand being used from a Moira. We'll have to wait and see. Doors are about to drop on this match between Fisher College and the Broncos here on Control Center for Lijiang Tower. We do see the ever so common funny comp coming out for the Broncos, and it is going to be Frost on DPS, Matt Merck on the support with Kel on the Zarya as Silent goes down immediately to Plato, and the Broncos are just pushing forward with Kel playing the spearhead right now on Zarya, taking them to the spawn door. Well, the door, close enough.
Definitely threw us for a loop. Here we thought Matt Merck was going to be tank. No, Matt Merck's on support and Kel's on tank.
He's on Kiriko, which is the newest released hero for Overwatch. She just went live for competitive play on Tuesday, and then that made her legal for play here within the realm of collegiate. Matrix tried to take on Kel, lost it. I do believe Bagel did cap the point.
Yeah, so Boise State's just going to have a very fun time holding them at the spawn door, because even as they try to rotate up to that higher ground, Boise State can just easily rotate over to it, and even with the Molly coming out from Plato on the Sojourn is going to slow them down as they're just all camped up on that door, and that's already 3 down. They've already lost the fight, and there's a very quick team wipe for Boise State because Fisher College just put themselves into a long corridor, and especially against the Sojourn with that rail shot, you're going to go down real quick.
One of the interesting things to note is that currently the meta within Overwatch is there is no meta. You just play the best heroes that currently exist, and that is basically Zarya. You can get some Diva play sometimes, Sigma sometimes, and then you really want like Sombra, Sojourn, and Genji. But instead, there is a silent meta of running the Junkrat, and that is what Frost has chosen to go with, pulling out the Junk. And then we also, of course, have that Sojourn and Matt Merck making things happen on that Kiriko. I'm just excited to see Kitsune rush, possibly here to prevent the Fisher College from pushing forward, as they did just lose Frost.
Yes, they quick swapped over to that Widowmaker to get that pick onto Frost, and then that allowed them to immediately swap back and try to go for that push.
I want to grab Kitsune Rush right here at the doorway.
It's the possibility. They did apply the window to push Boise State back, so we might have to wait a
There's
little bit
grab,
longer. Ooh,
Railgun.
back to back. I think Boise State will just refrain from using it and just go for the two.
There's no need for Kitsune here.
Oh no, they used it anyway.
What? All right, that's getting a little hungry. We do see 2 go down for the Broncos, but 2 immediately go down for Fisher.
Junkrat's where it's at right now, but Boise State's still holding on the point very strongly, and they got the Lucio to carry him back, but he's just being the stall frog that he is right now, and their own Lucio is very old. That's immortality down as well. Fisher is running out of utility, and they're already at 99 in overtime. They cannot lose this fight right now. With Bagel going down, Boise State's going to have to play a lot safer being down to support.
What?
With the sound barrier and the ground.
Oh, that is going to be rough for Fisher to hang
Fisher's
on.
committing a lot here, but their Zarya's coming online, picking up a triple. They should finally be able to swap it.
Okay, they have grab, they have tire. Well, sorry, they have railgun, they have tire, and they almost have window. Basically, by the time the Broncos hit this pod here where we see Zarya standing right now, they will have window to keep the Broncos back. Broncos, though, have a free beat.
Oh.
They take down Junk. They just push forward. There's the aggressive beat coming out. Now they just beam down any target in their path.
You know, Zarya is just that third DPS that we all want. She just also happened to have 475 HP, and we'll just run you down as that's a team. I consider that to be a team kill. Zekrom was just eliminated so early on by none other than Matt Merck on the Kiriko. So,
Two tanks was too aggressive. So we just made one tank insanely powerful.
And it's not even Doomfist, it's Zarya.
No, at this point, your tanks are your DPS, and your DPS are the ones expected to follow up on what the tank does. Tanks are disgusting. The meta tanks are overpowered. I will say that now, and they are fun as heck to play.
I mean, you got to play them now before the nerfs comes in. That was just announced as well. So.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna make any balance changes. 2 days later, drop huge changes. Genji's gonna. Oh, hi guys. Genji has a damage reduction as well as a. I want to call it like. A clip reduction. Like, he doesn't have as many shuriken that he can shoot all at once anymore. He has to actually reload more. Oh no.
It's okay, he's just following up damage anyway.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need that many shots.
And it does look like the Broncos with the ever so common Symmetra TP to point and just locked it down. We do see that Fisher went with the same composition as last time, but the issue is that the bunker is strong with the Broncos now.
Yeah, Fisher just swapped out the Junkrat for the Genji, as well as, you know, they had the Baptiste last time as well, but seems to not make the difference. And now they're swapping over to the Tracer as well from the Genji, so they are not committing to it very long. Even after this first team fight, they're swapping up both DPS, especially over to the Sombra, which I find quite interesting.
Sombra is disgustingly powerful right now, especially because you can hack and invis, and then it's also important to remember, if you haven't played Overwatch 2, whether you just have a disdain for Overwatch in general now. I totally get it. But if you haven't touched the game, there is actually a huge change that was made, and that was when you swap heroes, you keep 30% of your old charge. No matter, like, if you're at 50%, you still stick with 30% of that charge. So swapping after first fight, perfectly acceptable. Sombra's meta, Tracer, you might get eviscerated by Frost if you try to go for that challenge.
So, if anything, all eyes are going to be on Frost, but instead, Plato's just getting such an early pick onto both supports with the clean railgun shots back-to-back that is just buying more and more time, which forces Zekrom on the Tracer to just try to go and back cap. They get at least half, but with the recalls all the way back in spawn, their team is so split up. They're trying to go 1 up top, 1 on down the side, and 3 down the middle. But even then, they cannot get solid target prioritization, which allowed Minas to go down to Kel.
And we did actually see Silent swap over to the Kiriko, trying to match Matt Merck with that damage style support. But the 1v1, who's going to win? Who's going to use Suzu first? It's going to be actually Matt Merck, and then they get hacked! Oh no!
He's still fine.
The teleport. The teleport step is so OP, and one thing that you don't typically see, a lot of people you forget when you're a support player. But Kiriko can actually climb walls like Genji and Hanzo. So she is disgusting. And there it is, Mattmark getting ready to post up, get in their faces. Has Kitsune Rush online too. I would not be shocked if we see this human being Kitsune Rush right here and just run it down.
Oh, the Lucio took a heavy hit, got down, dropped down to 25%, but finally they're going to go rotate over to the point as the ult expires. So the wall will come out from Frost.
There it is.
It's the Kiriko, and that's a triple looking for the last two. Tracer even tries to pulse bomb onto nobody, and that's it for Fisher.
Oh.
That was a pretty quick fight that Fisher just grouped up and Boise's like, hey, we can finally use our ults.
That is true. This, honestly, you know, in Overwatch 1, there was, you know, you got to pair ultimates together. You can't dump all your ults at once. You get ults almost off cooldown now at this point. We are going to see that Faye is going to get the play of the game here. This was the winning fight for Fisher College. They managed to get 2 in this grab. We did see Suzu get popped, but you have to pop it like right at the perfect moment. If there's just a Zarya just full beaming you, you're not going to live anyway. So, like, it doesn't matter. You're going back to respawn.
I find it very amusing that the one play of the game is the one time Fisher actually capped the point. Just the one time that they got onto point and took it, that happened to be the one play, whereas Boise State just consistently rolled in the games like, here you go, here's your charity. I find that to be hilarious.
Wow, there was a lot of sass stripped all over those words. Okay, so we're going to jump into map 2, and it's going to be Escort.
On King's Row.
That's hybrid. Okay. Hybrid.
Well,
what?
Escort comes after.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to
hybrid.
Circuit.
Yeah. It's a fine. It's fine.
I miss nighttime.
I miss nighttime too. There are very few maps that I think look good in the time change. Busan, beautiful. I love it with the time day change. Other maps, not so much.
No.
Night Market doesn't make sense to me anymore.
Reinhardt on defense is something we never see because Zarya Diva are kind of just
OP?
Why not?
I mean, why make the game harder for yourself?
I'm curious if they're trying to go wall because they also brought out a Mei.
Why not?
We're going back to Overwatch 1, baby.
I'm fine with it. I will accept this with open arms, except for we have Mattmark doing the scouting on top of Mendata's head. Actually, it could be Mattmark. It could be someone else. We are technically.
Do we know Boise State's in the blue?
Oh, never mind. Okay, here's why I think the Broncos are in the blue. You get to pick sides when you win the round because the team that lost picks maps, so you pick sides. And with that being said, that Kiriko got really far forward, which to me says it's Mattmark.
Also, the Genji's coming out here, which is something that we've seen Fisher tease.
Yep.
So, okay.
Yep. Plato back on the run!
What?
It has been forever, my friend. When Plato says int, you int as a team. That man is a one-man army. I want to see him just get a massive shatter here and just pop off and be undeniably aggressive.
Also going into the Zarya, I feel like he still will find a way to outdamage her.
Oh yeah, he'll
find a way.
Oh, Fire Strike, taking down one.
That was, all right. Fisher, hello?
Ryan is not getting any sort of pressure.
Oh, are you sure? You just got the beautiful charge pin.
No, I mean, like, he's not getting pressured. Plato is swinging freely.
I thought you said he wasn't applying pressure. I was like, excuse me?
No. Plato is applying all of it and getting none in return, and that's...
A little backwards.
Uh-huh.
He's that third DPS.
Uh-huh.
It's just, these tanks have become third DPS that are just unkillable.
Callus swapped to Reaper.
Baby.
Very powerful with them double revolvers, as I've been told.
Double revolver? How dare. Do you not disrespect my McCree that way? How dare.
And a fatty shatter comes down.
He charged that within, what, a minute and a half of this?
I mean, no one's trying to kill you. You're in the middle of the team free swinging your hammer. Of course you're going to get it charged.
The only thing you could ever ask for a Reinhardt is just don't look at me. Just don't look at me and it'll all end beautifully. Fisher just having real struggles time. At least they touched the point. Furthest they've been so far. So, will that be play of the game, though, is the real question.
I really would love to see Plato Shatter be play of the game.
Either that or Reaper Beyblade, because Reaper
Return to Beyblade. But we don't have an Ana. We don't have an Ana for the Nano Boost, so it's not true Beyblade.
He don't need it no more.
That's true. I want to see Kitsune Rush with a Shatter, because I think that would be disgusting.
Give us a wombo combo.
Yeah.
Just combine them both.
I want to see something absolutely
There's the ultimate from Mattmark, so they're just going to continue to run them over. Kel's on the double.
Genji,
okay.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no. At least he deflected that hammer swing so well.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, I will gladly say it because it's true. As a former Reinhardt player for Boise State, no less, there is nothing more satisfying than going up to a Gendry who's like, deflect, and you're just like, here you go. The Beyblade.
The Beyblade
back,
came
baby.
out, took down 3. We did see Blade come out from Fisher, grab
Kel with the
Frost, but
quad.
Kel gets 5. And now Genji is just trying to live. And
Hey, at least
Bagel
he didn't
says
deflect
no.
that time. He didn't deflect that time. He went out trying to run away for his life
That is
and not
true.
just stand there. So,
Bagel has been camping on this beat, knowing full well that there is a grab at some point. Hopefully someone hit tab and we don't see Bagel get dinged. Okay, he saw the Widow. He actually just pinged it. Love the ping system in Overwatch 2. It's great. But there is a grab opportunity here. There is no real combo, though, that can happen.
they got 2.
They have window right in front of it, but there's not enough damage coming out. And we have
just
beat
chilling
followed up
right
by
now.
Shatter. Oh my gosh, the beat is just immediately circumvented by that Shatter. 3 go down for the Broncos though. This is the
Fisher.
opportunity for Fisher. They bring down 2 more, but they expelled everything in their arsenal. No ultimates left on line for Fisher College. And at this point, for the Broncos, they're all getting good respawn because they killed so many. That was the only option. They can easily come back and hold Archway and full hold from that point forward. Widow's gonna grapple up, get a shot in, get 2 shots out, but only 1 shot connecting, and that is how you play Widowmaker.
Oh, 1 health in a dream. She makes it out alive. Fisher's cutting it close. And they're even swapping over to their own Rhine.
I mean, sometimes the issue is that once you force bubbles and you know that Reinhardt has Shatter, your team is up the creek knee deep without a paddle. So your real only option is if you can't counter the Rhine because he's not dying, which Kel is not getting looked at. Well, Plato's not getting looked at.
Running it down, able to pick up 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. The last one's the Lucio, but
And
if you ask me, that was pretty clearly a team kill because in Overwatch 2, if you lose 2 people,
It's done.
It's over. Which, in Overwatch 1, you had a chance, but not anymore. It's
And we can see Fisher's going to go for the high ground rotation. They might be choosing to just drop down
Shatter
from
and
the
Beyblade,
window.
though, coming online.
Let's see if they're going to drop down. Yeah, looks possibly Bagel scouting it out. Saw them. Yes, they're planning on dropping on the other side of the archway, but they're not all there. That's a problem.
Also dropped down with Shatter, but Kel's just on... Oh, he jumped down by himself. It was... What? And then... Okay, the solo Beyblade was a bit cheeky, I would say, especially onto the Widow, who definitely should have not been that low. So, Fisher now at least has wall hacks online. It seems Bagel's going all the way back to Fairy, the one and only Frost.
Yes, of course. You got to make sure Frost is available and in the play.
I'm surprised they did not give Lucio like a Ferryman skin. That would be beautiful for Halloween. No, let's just have like
Truly.
Undead Boat Rower because he's the fairy. It's
Then
okay.
someone would have to have a coin emote to like toss him a coin. You always got to pay the ferryman, but you pay
No,
him
but
after
then
the
if you
journey.
have that, you also have to give him a Witcher skin.
Oh, that's true.
Like, and Lucio does not fit that characteristic at all.
No, but he could most definitely be. The name is escaping me right now. Our bard.
Yaskier.
Yes, he could be Eskier.
I'm a nerd. Anyway,
It's fine. It's totally acceptable. We're casting esports for the love. Okay, so Fisher College, they have Railgun. They
they
swap.
didn't even turn to look at both supports just going on the DPS roll.
I mean, that's all this game is now, is you have a special kit, but at the end of the day, you need to be killing people. They have Railgun. That's basically their last hope here. Bagel has another beat. They're rotating too slowly. They swapped over the Moira, channeling their inner shark
Kel's
candy as
still
best
just
they
behind
can.
the tank.
Another Kitsune Rush Railgun comes out, and Lucio goes down. I can't even
Just
say
like
it
that?
all. There's a beat just to celebrate.
That quickly.
is the overtime timer going down.
They're still just trying to run into spawn.
32.15 meters. I'm not fully blind. Fisher
Math.
College has a very difficult task ahead of them to full hold the Broncos here. They need to be killing people.
So the question
They
is,
have Railgun. That's basically
do they
their last
try
hope here. Bagel has
just
another
may
beat. They're rotating
wall them and
too
take one
slowly.
at a
They
time?
swapped
Do
up
you
the
try to
Moira,
match
channeling
Boise
their
State's
inner
aggression?
shark candy. Okay.
Or do you just sit on point, go, I would say Torb and Bastion, but they're not even in the game, so Can't do Statue of Liberty fun times or anything.
You do a modified clockwork. That's my best suggestion, is you just put your tank on point and have them sustain, or you get a tracer and you have them touch and go on point to make sure it actually doesn't go up in ticks while your team plays for picks.
If they can get those picks. Because at this point in time, the biggest playmaker for Fisher has been Zekrim on the single DPS. So at that point, you're having to play around this solo player that if he gets picked, at that point, play a Mercy to solo res, but then you have to protect the Mercy for the res. So what tank outside of Zarya do you play to defend the Mercy with that double bubble?
Diva.
If you can defense Matrix and Boise State isn't playing a Zarya of their own.
True, true. It's just like you can't do Wall and Maul does not work as much as it used to, especially with the introduction of Kiriko into the rotation of the supports
And
here.
the nerfs to Mei.
Because the thing is that Wall and Maul used to work because you'd have to rely on the Baptiste and Lucio to get over the wall fast enough to help save them. But typically, if you have a team that knows what they're looking for, which is looking for that immortality, they'll take it down and then just eviscerate whomever is on the wrong side of the wall, which will be the Rhine and typically a support. But now you got Kiriko, Bap, and Lucio. All three can get over. They have a Suzu opportunity, but the Suzu moves with the person. So it can be a messy thing to deal with. But as I'm saying that, we lose 2 of the Broncos. Kel takes out 1. It's still going to... Matt is just going to go to the point. This is the issue with close holding on King's Row.
Just walks right over him. Especially on a Bap, you can just fly right over him through his leapfrogs. And
You just don't do that. You cannot stack everyone in one spot on Kings. It just takes one person to recognize everyone is there, and then they're like, okay, I'm going to go point, and they chill, and that's what Matt Merck just did.
especially with how speedy the rest of the characters are, and then there's the Rhine who's just trying to have to anchor behind. Everyone else has the mobility.
Ooh,
so
the dynamite.
that was very clean.
And Suzu just got used too, so they just burned all of their ability to stay alive.
The real question is, are we going to even have time to see the Bob be charged up by Kel?
I can hope.
Fingers crossed. Best Overwatch hero besides Mercy.
We do have Fisher retaking the point, and
Tank 1v1,
yeah, but
Immortality Field.
the accretion does a lot of damage now. It does 100 damage, so Reinhardt had to back off and couldn't continue the 1v1. Needed full support of the team. Kel is baiting them around, doing exactly what he wants to do here, playing
They're
from a
stuck
distance.
in Hotel.
Yeah, Kel just played them like a fiddle.
Yeah, they got stuck in rotations. No eliminations came from it, but both DPS fell very low. Kel just had the high ground the whole time, and Kiriko, who with no cover gets taken down, drops down to 40 HP. Will finally get taken down by the Genji, but the whole time Kart's just being pushed because they try to contest the high ground for one person.
Plato played them like a fiddle.
Yeah.
He played Ring Around the Rosie, which is exactly what you want with Sigma, and forced them back onto point and back into the original defender position. We have Kel coming out here. We'll play it again. Probably that Death Blossom that we saw in round 1.
Just maybe. And there it is.
Yep. 1, 2-piece, 3-piece.
He
Gonna
gets 2
pick up
more
the
afterwards.
4th. Yep, there's
There's
the
one.
4th, and there's the 5th.
That was the 4th.
Oh, I can't count anymore.
That 3rd in the elimination was actually the Immortality Field. It was elimination. It was elimination.
All right.
So, in a best of 5, we're heading into 3rd map. Boise State's up 2-0, and we're heading to Circuit. Unless Fisher has memorized this map, I think Boise State's looking pretty good here.
No arguments from me on that front. Circuit Royale is one of the newer maps. It is very gorgeous, but I think the Broncos are in it to win it. It's going to be pretty easy for them. I'm interested to see who plays tank this next game. Because we've had Plato, we've had Kel. Plato, it was like return to Plato, because Plato used to play main tank about 2 years ago when he had to for the Broncos, because we didn't really have a main tank. Picked up that mantle and that hammer very nicely. Looks like we have Kel still on
The
DPS.
hamster.
Matt Merck coming in on the wrecking ball.
Yeah. I mean, that's Matt Merck's old reliable is Wrecking Ball.
Yes.
It's what we know him for. It's what he's been near unbeatable on. And Kel's now on the Genji, already on a 2-piece. However, Boise State, I have a gripe. I still have yet to see my Mercy, guys.
I don't know if you're going to get... Oh, forcing the Immor and then just body blocking out of spawn.
It's Matt Merck, I mean.
True.
If anyone's going to do it, it's his specialty. Frost also taking over the Kiriko with Bagel still sticking on support. I mean, it's Bagel.
Yes, but Bagel
Ooh.
Zen, to quote him, is built different. Zen is now a DPS with some
He's always
side
been a
pocket
DPS, though.
with a little bit of healing provided on the side.
Zen has not changed.
What was
That was
that? Oh,
Zekrom
You don't shoot
That
a
was-
deflecting Genji.
Also, double sniper on attack on this map when you're going up against a Genji wrecking ball.
When the whole point is to deny space and create frustration and disrupt, that is the playstyle of Broncos right now. And your goal here for Fisher College is to get set up and take angles. The winning composition is the one that plays the fastest, and that unfortunately is going to be the Broncos comp right now.
Yeah, double sniper is not what I would define as fast, as
you-
people who stand there and hold an angle for a long time. I like the swap over to the Tracer to, as we see, get the elimination onto Bagel, and Zekrim's still able to get those occasionally very good snipes, especially onto Plato, who's just been a consistent DPS output. So Boise State might have just pushed up too far there, with Frost being the one to stay on the card.
Oh no, Frosty Wasty. Oh, Frosty
the Sigma
Wasty.
body block!
Run away, Frost! Run away! Okay,
Yep,
there we
yep,
go.
there's the
Teleportation.
Yep.
The teleportation came in absolutely clutch there. So Frost gets out alive.
Wall hacks.
Genji, Genji, those ain't gonna do much, bestie.
I feel like Zekrom needs to swap off this Widow after the wall hacks coming out here because they need the faster pace team. Bagel may have poked his head out a hair too soon, but Zekrom's coming out with a triple right now. Oh, paying off and trying to make that 4. Clean.
And it does look
Maybe
like they're...
not swap off the Widow.
Nope, they're gonna get this point capped, and there's some staggers from the Broncos. Nope. Yes. 4 got bad spawn. 1 got all the way far back. So there is an opportunity to take a fight here, especially with how much distance there is right now between the payload and this front line, but they need to get a pick here very quickly.
They got the Rhine pushing up. They got all stacked up. It's just right now, can they get past the Sigma?
What?
And instead, he will just blade into the backline straight onto Zekrom, take out the key player, and the rest will fall as both supports now DPS. The Pulse Bomb is at least able to take down Matt Merck, but Kel is still able to clear up in the backline.
Shatter, Rail, Trance, Kitsune Rush, all online right now for the Broncos. The only thing that Fisher has to respond to anything right now is that Transcendence. Sticking with that Widowmaker and sticking with the Tracer though, so heavily reliant on getting spam damage and then engaging on low targets. But the question is, will they have that opportunity now that they push back to low ground?
This is where I want to see Matt Merck, as soon as that Transcendence come out, just charge him down.
Well, Kitsune Rush and Shatter
Ooh.
drop.
Or just shatter him so he can't pull it off. Okay, there it is.
Zen, you were already down 2, bestie.
It was. Oh, he
Send
almost
him
went
off
off the edge. Come on, Overwatch, kill me, Smalls. But instead, they will just. Guys, that's their spawn door.
Oh yeah, they're well aware.
Just stand above the doorway and wait for them. This is why I miss Torb. You could just place the turret right above the spawn door, so they have to immediately turn and focus it, and then you collapse on it.
Oh, we do see a Diva swap has come out from the side of Fisher.
Nice.
Matt whips the
Try.
charge. Diva, though, has that Orb of Discord, and that makes it a little difficult. And
That was a solo.
that was a little mean, but that's...
I mean, he never even turned to face it.
You
He just had
gotta
back turned the
check
whole
your
time.
corners. It's not Valorant, but you still need to do a quick look-see to make sure no one's just chilling
It
up there.
surprises me how often we see.
Bagel, what are you doing?
Okay.
Oh, I thought Bagel was waiting. Yeah, Bagel's waiting to be sneaky and just see if anyone rounds that corner so he can instantaneously just
Oh,
volley
he got
shot
scouted out.
them.
Oh, almost knocked off by the Diva boosters. Will just Transcendence to just heal up the Matt Merck, who's just been standing above their spawn the whole time and got a triple or double from it. Sorry. Plato's still consistent.
You're
with
right in
these
front of the
weapons.
spawn door. Oh my
The
gosh.
disrespect right now. Just like, hi, are you come out and play, please, please,
Holy
Gamers?
cow.
gamers. Are we gaming?
I'm just
The
waiting
Diva
for...
got down to half HP and flies back into spawn to heal because their supports are too scared to leave the doors. Boise State will allow you the Pulse Bomb just whiffed from that slide as well. Diva's trying her best to at least get
Shattered.
some.
Get a shattered.
Zekrom swapping
Oh.
over to the Sombra, able to pick up Kel with a nice hack, but they're looking for an opening right now, and they can't even catch up to the charging Rhine. Plato's down to 50.
Suzu comes out, saves him, and we have the Shatter
solo
go
Shatter.
down. Diva's going to get very close to losing mech. Instead, is going to choose self-destruct us. There's a hack on the Reinhardt. We have Snare
Baby
get
Diva.
dropped. Matrix goes down to Bagel. Blade comes out. 2
And-
go down. 3 go down. And that is a lost fight for Fisher and to go back to spawn and reset.
They pretty much
They
only have
burned
the EMP to
Kitsune.
play off of here with 30 seconds remaining.
I didn't even know that Joe dropped, that silent drop Kitsune.
Yeah,
But-
it was his dying press Q.
But important to keep in mind, Zenyatta becomes like a submachine gun with Kitsune rush out. So I was hoping we would have seen Matrix get a little bit more damage out during that moment. However, with EMP, everyone becomes very, very volatile.
4, 3, 2, 1. Can't touch. Oh, someone touched!
There's 2 on actually. The Broncos forgot.
It's both DPS, which doesn't surprise me. They have the Invis and the Blinks to get there. Go for the feet! You saw, that's the thing I will always love about payload in Overwatch, is you can always just, oh, there are your feet, shoot. And
That's
it just
very
causes
true.
pure panic.
You can shatter through a payload in most cases too, because you can see the feet. And it's always
Yep.
very sad when your Ryan puts down his shield thinking the payload's gonna block
See,
any
no-
shatter from the enemy Ryan, and I'm just crying in the back line as the support
Bagel's
seeing
waiting to
shatter go down.
You think we would have learned this from Overwatch 1?
No,
No.
never.
Surprising. But Boise State allowed them to get at least the first checkpoint. So it's down to Fisher to hold them to first checkpoint. And after that quite amazing display coming out from the Broncos, this is the time to bring out my Battle Mercy and just 1v5.
I do not know if that request will be granted.
Just give me the Nano Mercy, Infinite Ammo Valkyrie, you run them down.
All right, all
with
right.
Zarya Bubbles. Just play around Mercy. As a Mercy main, I know it's possible because I've had gold elims.
It is very possible. It's disgusting. It's disheartening to see sometimes.
It's the best thing ever because you just watch an angel fly and just murder everybody. And you're like, there she goes.
That's my mercy.
That's when you literally just play the clips of there goes my hero.
Yes.
Just Mercy flying and shooting and meleeing.
All right. Looks like
Fingers crossed.
Fisher's bringing out the Tracer again. That's all I've been able to see. Diva. I think that's a Sojourn, Tracer, Diva so far. Most likely going to see a Baptiste and a Lucio or a Bap Zen.
Probably Bap Zen just because of how favored Zen has been on this map.
I'm gonna be honest, Matrix,
Or
he
just
shouldn't-
neither of them.
I was gonna say Matrix really shouldn't try and pull out the Zen just because he got hard diffed by Bagel's Zen, and if Bagel decides to get a little power hungry and goes Zenyatta as well, Matrix going to spend a lot of time on the respawn screen.
Matt Merck on the monkey as well.
I like the new monkey. He does so much damage upon landing from the jump. It's actually grotesque. Bagel's gonna go down. Plato's gonna go down.
Oh.
Kelpine's one. Matt Merck found one. This poor Widowmaker is hanging on by a thread,
Oh.
and their Diva deserves a gold medal for protecting them that long. I would have left you for dead.
Kel was just waiting for his dash to go straight through the Diva and just did not have time on his side. Boise State's almost at the first checkpoint, and we're like just now passing the first 2-minute marker maybe. I've already lost track of time.
And they backed up when Broncos were down quite a bit and still respawning.
Diva's
they
the only one on cart. I know you have a Widow, but somebody at least be another body to at least hold them back as they just leap right over her.
Zen uses that powerful kick back to back, trying to stay alive. Matrix goes down. Kel is going to go play cleanup crew and protect his best friend Plato now, who's getting pounced on by this Diva. Diva finally gets popped out of mech. It's just Bunny Blaster and a Dream. They're not even moving. They know that this is the end of the line. They're trying to get themselves killed so they don't get staggered, but eventually they will go down to Kel. And we have Matt Merck all the way pushed up. Do believe, yes, Matt Merck basically has Primal Rage online, so being aggressive and being greedy, perfectly acceptable when you have a get out of jail free card.
I will forever love that when a Genji's standing out in the open, presses E, and you still fire at him from that far away. It's like, all right. Matt Merck, the Primal Rage. Yeah, he's on a double. Where's the triple? And Diva had too much health.
It's a Diva. Diva is now actually a tank. That's the only way I can put it, is that the health pool
now
increase.
a tank.
She used to be a little bit fragile if you weren't good at monitoring your defense matrix usage, but she is now just an actual tank.
Until she gets nerfed.
Yes, don't say that to me. I know it's going to happen, but I could blissfully be ignorant. And we have the window plus sights come out here, and it's going to be this fabulous Widowmaker play of the game from Zekrom, picking up almost all of the Broncos themselves, and Matrix getting one.
Zekrom was that one consistent player of the Fisher that we can always highlight who was that go-to DPS was the playmaker that they played around, and their goal was to keep alive, which we saw from the tank player as just body blocking for him as hard as they can, because that's your win condition, is protect Zekrom at all costs. And when they won a team fight, it was because they executed it and did it very well. Boise State just had the rest of their other 4 members to outplay Fisher there, so Fisher will get 3-0'd.
And Boise State also is always looking for new students to join us on our varsity teams, as well as be a part of the broadcasting staff and on-air casters. Top talent, along with good grades and eligibility, can improve your chances as well. Go to boisestate.edu/esports for more information on how you can join the Broncos esports squad. With that being said, we gotta give one title to someone. One of those.
One title to someone.
Well, I mean, I'm like.
It's always the same title, so.
I know. Who do we give the ICC Player of the Game title to? Quickly.
Bagel.
Kel.
Oh.
Okay, so we got Bagel, we got Kel, and we need one more.
Matt Merck.
Okay, so you see Matt Merck. I'm going to say Plato. My 3 things, I think it's Kel, Bagel, and Plato. It might be Kel, Matt Merck, Plato. It might be Kel, Bagel, Plato. We're going to have to see.
Just from my
Plato?
heart of mercy
Plato?
will always be a support player, because I always hope for that. They're the back line.
That's
They
totally
keep everyone
valid.
alive.
Like,
we need to highlight more supports in my life.
I agree. You wouldn't be able to get that play of the game if you weren't alive, would you?
Exactly. Unless you're playing Reaper, which in that case,
It's a little different.
he's just one-man army, or maybe a Roadhog, but we don't talk about those.
And the last one's going to be Matt Merck, who
Yeah.
was on the support. They
DPS
were.
and tanks.
He did play Kiriko, so we got Kel, Plato, Matt Merck. I'm going to go with Plato.
I would like the Matt Merck because he played support, but I would pretty much put my money on the fact that it will be Kel with how many plays he made on that
Yeah.
Genji. It would not surprise
and
me
the
to see
Reaper.
Kel come out here, especially with Zarya on Li Zhang. I mean, it would not surprise me to see any of these people, but it seems that
It's going to be Kel.
yeah. I mean, since he was knocked down from his off-tank diva godhood in Overwatch 1, got to give it to him now since we can highlight him in Overwatch 2, because we have so many tank players that they just have to rotate out to all get their moment in the spotlight. So
Valid.
it's Kel's time in the sun, baby.
The player of the game is brought to you by the Idaho Central Credit Union. Believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central Credit Union's helping members achieve financial success. Kel is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. And as we prepare to, watch our Broncos kind of eviscerate Fisher College, do you have any big takeaways? Anything that really stood out to you today?
Besides stating the obvious, because I'm a broken record,
Proud of you.
I really loved seeing the Reaper. I wish we saw more Reaper come into fruition, especially with how strong tanks have been. He's a very good anti-tank, so I really liked seeing that play of Kel on the Reaper. So hope to see more of that in the future. And with the nerfs coming in, I would like to see more Risa, because it's really been the highlight
Bring
tanks.
me more horse.
I mean, shout out to Rich Rad, his main, and I absolutely love watching him play it. So hopefully we get to see more on the Broncos stream.
All right. Well, today we didn't get to see her. Possibly in our next Overwatch event, we'll get to see some Marisa. But for now, we're going to close things out with the top 5 plays of the game, presented to you today by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs offering $20,000 in bonuses and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. We'll be back here in just a few minutes with more Boise State esports action. But before we get to that, we're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. So it's
He
not
don't
true
need it
Beyblade.
no more.
That's true. I want to see Kitsune Rush with a Shatter, because I think that would be
Give us a
disgusting.
wombo combo.
Yeah,
Just combine them both.
I want to see something absolutely
There's the ultimate
aggressive.
from Matt Merck, so they're just going to
Gates
continue
go
to
down.
run them over. Kel's on the double.
Genji.
Okay.
Oh. It's even being Kitsune Rush right here and just
Sojourner.
run it down.
The Lucio took a heavy hit, dropped down to 25%, but finally they're going to go rotate over to the point as the ult expires. So the wall will
There
come
it
out
is.
from Frost.
There it is.
It's the Kiriko, and that's a triple looking for the last 2. Tracer even tries to pulse bomb onto nobody, and that's it for Fisher.
Planning on dropping on the other side of the archway, but they're not all there. That's a problem.
Also dropped down with Shatter, but Kel's just on... Oh, he jumped down by himself. It was, what? And then, okay, the solo Beyblade was a bit cheeky, I would say, especially onto the Widow, who definitely should have not been that low. So. Holding him at the spawn door, because even as they try to rotate up to that higher ground, Boise State can just easily rotate over to it, and even with the Molly coming out from Plato on the Sojourn is going to slow them down as they're just all camped up on that door, and that's already 3 down. They've already lost the fight, and there's a very quick team wipe for Boise State because Fisher killing people.
They have Railgun. That's basically their last hope here. Bagel has another beat. They're rotating too slowly. They swapped over the Moira, channeling their inner Shark Candy as
still
best
just
they
behind
can.
the tank.
Another Kitsune Rush Railgun comes out, and Lucio goes down. Ooh. I can't even
just
say
like
it
that.
all. There's a
Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight you're joining us for our CCA Rocket League match as Boise State goes up against North Texas. We're actually going to be getting into this match pretty quickly, so our introduction is going to be pretty bare bones. Just letting you know that I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Joe Chigbrow to call all of the action for you tonight. And I'm just coming in fresh to this tonight, but I know you've been casting a lot of Rocket League today.
Yeah, no, it's been really exciting to see all the Rocket League. And I think now I'm really excited. We're kind of ending with a main event, I would say, getting to see the Boise State play in the CCA. But, you know, we'll have to see what they have in store for us.
Alrighty, well, we will actually be closing it out because we just received a certain stream notice about this. So we will be trying to get another match to you. You can check in later or just see. We'll have more matches for you, I have no doubt. But just a little bit of an administrative error, but we'll be back with more esports action right after this.
So what happened?
Yeah, some people like me are just destined to fuck up everything that we mess with. If I was made as a joke, I don't get it. Missed the call, but I guess I got the message. Usually I fall too hard, I'm addicted to pain. And if the world's on fire, I'll be swimming in flames, yeah. Cause I'm too impatient to wait for change. I know I'm far from perfect, oh yeah. But I know I can make it work, I know I can make it work. I'm crazy, everybody knows my name, but I don't even know my name. Going insane, putting heavy on my brain, and I don't even know my name. It's a story about an ID crisis. Used to think my only future was the night shift. Brain on ADHD, autopilot. And through it all somehow I kept smiling. I can never find the right words to say. Only a handful of family ever sees my face. But I'm only human, don't we all make mistakes? I'm drowning in my head again, and my thoughts don't want me to win. They show compassion made of plastic, and I don't wanna be another tragedy, but I'd rather be dead than a skeleton dreaming about the things that he couldn't be. Cause I'm too impatient to wait for dreams. Everybody knows my name. Going insane.